Hello out there in YouTube land. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you've all enjoyed your holiday shopping if you do so. We're on location outside of my Target because I need toothpaste. All right, cheers. Hot coffee from Wawa in hand. We're ready to go before I get my workday started. Anyway, doing things a little different. Making a little change to my little lyrics or poems videos. Usually I do like one on Fridays. You know, I love doing them. They're short and easy to do. So I might as well do two a week. There's like a million songs out there. So yeah, I'm gonna turn this into a 2 weeks of video type of thing. I guess like Monday and Friday, I guess. Anyway, well, let's get this started, shall we? Another little one for you today. One of the biggest songs ever. The song you might have heard of called "Hey Jude" by the Beatles. I was gonna say one of the biggest Beatles songs, but no, it's even bigger than that. It's one of the biggest songs ever. So recently I came across a little backstory about this on a podcast, which I'll explain in a moment. There's a little story behind the song, the creation of it, that I never knew before. It took me quite by surprise when I heard it. So I'm gonna include this little video for you. So for starters, remember a few years ago, Paul McCartney put out a book, this gigantic like coffee table type of book. I think this book was so large and heavy it would crush a coffee table. It was called Paul McCartney: A Life in Lyrics. It was actually a book of all of Paul McCartney's song lyrics, and it was loaded with photographs. That's the main reason I wanted to buy it, because it's loaded with photographs. It was like $100 back then, so I don't have it. Well, today is Cyber Monday, so I may as well shop online and see if the price went down after all these years. It's like a few years, so we'll see. If the price is right, I definitely would love to own a copy of this thing. And so yeah, Paul McCartney put out this book, A Life in Lyrics, and along with that, his friend, his man named Paul Muldoon, he's kind of a big name in music too. Uh, he helped McCartney put the book together, and what they did, they recorded their conversations, little phone calls and video chats. They saved them and they turned them into podcast episodes. And simply, you can find them anywhere. It's simply called Paul McCartney: A Life in Lyrics. And they did about a dozen episodes. Each are about like 20 minutes long. And it's not just them talking. They make a little production out of it. They play clips of the music or little news clips and whatnot. So they make a little production out of it. It's not just the two of them talking. And so, of course, if you're going to talk about Beatles songs, you got to talk about one of the biggest songs ever, "Hey Jude." So it's worth saying right off the bat. I think if you're familiar with all the lyrics or not, kind of like hit the reset button in your brain, because we're going to start fresh with like the origins of how this song came to be. So, and I never knew this, so I never knew the story behind it. So you have to go back. It's like 1968. John Lennon. I knew like a John Lennon. He was married. His wife Cynthia Lennon, and like he was married to her. Then he married Yoko Ono. I did not realize that John Lennon was having an affair, and then he left his family for Yoko Ono. That's bad enough as it is, having an affair. You could go on about that, but you really dig yourself a hole with that when you don't need any. You got enough shit to deal with. You don't need strangers piling it on for you. You got to live with your own decisions. So anyway, John Lennon, he had his wife Cynthia and his young 5-year-old son, Julian. And Paul McCartney, he was so close with them. He was like an uncle to Julian. And so while this is going on, he was looking after Julian. And so that's the origin of this song. Like Paul McCartney was originally he wanted to write a song for Julian Lennon. As Paul said in the podcast, he would call Julian Jules. Like put this together, he goes, "Hey Jules." So that's how it started off. It was a song for his, I guess you call it surrogate nephew, Julian Lennon. Like, if you're like me, that's really going to shift your perspective when you listen to the song now. Like the song goes, the very opening of the song, like just take out the name Jude and change it to Jules. It was like, "Hey Jules, take a sad song and make it better." Or as the line goes in the song later on, "Anytime you feel the pain, hey Jules, refrain, don't carry the world upon your shoulders." So yeah, like one of like the this is one of the songs that people play for, for inspiration to really like lift their spirits up. And so that was, I guess, that was Paul's intention. It originally started off to lift up Julian Lennon's spirits after this really rough situation he was going through. And of course, long story short, then at one point, I guess Paul he decided to change the name Jules to Jude, and the song kind of evolved into the classic we have today. It's like fascinating. Like I said, I never knew the backstory behind this with the Lennon and Julian. So yeah, there you go. One of the biggest songs ever, and that's one of its unexpected origin stories. As always, folks, I will include a little video in the description box down below for everybody if you want to hear it right now. Also, one other video I'll include. This is just a random thing I'm going to post down below. Remember, like it was like 10 years ago, Paul McCartney he did an appearance on James Corden's talk show. Corden used to do that Carpool Karaoke, and Paul McCartney was on there. Like he took James around London. They go into the old spots and the old pubs and places he used to play. I think the barber shop from Penny Lane, the song Penny Lane. I don't know how many times I've watched that clip. It's still it puts me in a great mood anytime I watch it. So I will include it in the description box down below for everybody. All right. I hope you folks enjoy these videos as much as I love making them, because I do love music. It's my #1 passion. Like, I'm really behind on my book review, so I got to find a book to review. Get back to the origin of this channel as a book review channel. So yeah, I'll find something else to read, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible about that one. Maybe something cozy for the holidays. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoy your holiday season. Hope it's not too windy and hope it's not snowing or windy too badly wherever you are. And hope you all drive safe and have a happy holiday season. Take care, everyone.